Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by Burkins Chevrolet. If you're from GA or FLA, you should be driving a Burkins Chevrolet. Come on.
Hit it.
Oh, yeah. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. We do it each and every day, and we'll kick it back and forth. I'll kick things off at the end of the segment. By the way, Beef has a prize pack ready for you, and it includes what today, Beefer?
Oh, Danny, we're going to hook the Googans up with a 4-pack of tickets, family 4-pack, to go see the Jumbo Shrimp down at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville. You'll also get yourself a voucher for the 18-hole simulator with TrackMan and a beer at Coastal Indoor Golf.
All right.
I'll just go for the beer.
Coastal Indoor Golf. Go have some fun over there. Hey, listen, Pros, Rory's leading the Wells Fargo, but the bigger story right now is I have a yacht sighting of one Eldrick Tiger Woods.
It's in New York, right?
It's right there within 13 miles of Bethpage Black.
Oh, what's that so? Is that newsworthy
What do you
to
make?
you?
Yes. What do you make of that? Eldrick stretching on privacy,
Well, I think
getting ready.
I think he's
The big cat's getting ready for Bethpage in 2 weeks.
what
What do you make of that? What do you say?
that Tiger will indeed play the PGA Championship.
Play and win.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I don't. I guess what I take from that is if there was any like outside thought that he'd get a tune-up in at the Byron Nelson, which none of us really believe. That
Yes.
is, that is for sure. So we'll see. I have a feeling that we made way too much of that hobbly video that came out. A couple days after the Masters. At least that's when it was filmed. So I don't think the back will be an issue. And look. Only one guy that can win the Grand Slam this year.
There's only one.
Unbelievably, or believably, if you thought he was going to win again, Tiger
Speaking
Woods.
of celebs, did you see the funny skit?
Yes,
I didn't see the show last night, but
I
with
did,
Kimmel and Brady.
It was good.
So those who don't know, Jimmy Kimmel hosts a late-night talk show, one of the big 3 or 4, I don't know. We don't have late-night talk shows. We just have this early morning drill thing. But anyway, so he's walking up in the neighborhood with Tom Brady and Guillermo, who's his sidekick. And he says, hey, Tom, do you think you can hit this window? And it's a window over the garage of a 2-story home. Mm-hmm. And Tom goes, oh, sure. If you want me to. Yeah. He goes, it's no big deal. He goes, no, just throw the ball through that window.
It's like a person's house.
Yeah. So Brady launches a beautiful strike, by the way, right square in the middle of it.
One take? Is that a one-take?
Has to be. I mean, what if he,
It's an awfully big target. It shouldn't surprise us.
No, it was a beautiful throw.
But it was. Right through
right
the
in the middle.
of it.
Right in the hands.
Yeah.
Sweet spot. Honey hole, if you will.
What do you want? He can't build the window and clean the window and catch the window.
So out comes the owner of the house, and he's like, Jimmy! And he's like, oh, you live here. I live here. And it was Matt Damon.
Right.
They've had an ongoing feud.
A little romance there with those guys.
Funny feud for years. He normally used to do this. Well, Matt Damon was supposed to be on the show tonight, but we're out of time. And Matt would come out ticked off and yelling. And so they've done that for many times, and it's funny. So anyway, that night that they filmed that, Brady, the TMZ boys.
Yeah, they called him at dinner.
Yeah. Oh, look at you all caught up. I'm proud of you.
Roll, man.
Yeah, look at you.
I mean, you know what?
Usually you don't know these things.
Doesn't stop and start with Twitter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do know these things a lot of the time.
Beef? Huh?
I do. What do you mean? Do you think that I'm more out of the loop than Dan is on these kind of things?
He might be bubble.
No, not really.
He might be bubble bathing.
Not on these things.
He might be bubble bathing.
I just got that one online on like CBS Sports.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was it?
Yeah, or one of those. One on the sports.
I didn't see him on the show last night, though.
No,
Did he say anything?
Well, they just did. It was the sports angle.
Oh,
listen, I'm not averse, by the way, to hitting TMZ.com once a day either, friend.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm out there on an island just, mowing the yard. Well, I would suggest this the next time the Gators sign a dual threat quarterback. Let's make sure the dual threats aren't the dual women on campus.
Ooh, boy.
And the Jalen Jones
well, now we know why.
Era is ended most ingloriously. And I don't understand the protection of the release. I don't understand that.
What do you
we're
mean?
releasing this guy because, apparently attacked a couple of girls within a week of being here. Not this,
transfer portal.
Both, but it's a dual, mutual.
Yeah, obviously
decision.
it's going to come out. There's a police report
right.
for both of them.
Yeah.
Why didn't either of the girls press charges?
I don't know.
One was sexual assault. One was sexual battery.
Here's why. Because there was no, I can't speak for him. But they may not have pressed charges because there was no, I don't want to get too graphic.
Yeah, let's not.
Right.
All right.
There's no act.
Yeah. But anyway, now we know why Jalen Jones is no longer at the university.
And good. Find out now.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Not good for what happened. This guy's
I'm okay with
piece of crap.
Listen,
Yeah.
zero tolerance on that stuff.
100% zero.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Sure.
I couldn't.
No, I
couldn't agree more.
No,
hey,
and that would, no matter who the player is.
I thought about this last night, and I made fun of the LeBron and Seven Dwarfs thing. But in all honesty, I think I'm watching less. I think I know why the NBA playoffs are down, because the best matchup, the one that everybody wants to see, has been out west for the first two games, and that's hard for a lot of people on the East Coast. So that's number one. That's Golden State and Houston. And number two, the fact that LeBron is not in the East anymore. I'm not as honestly. I tend to watch baseball more. I'll flip on hockey. I flip around. I have the baseball game on or the basketball game on in the office. We have 2 televisions, but I'll keep the sound down on that one.
I'm going to tell you.
I'm not paying as much attention to.
Can I offer up my theory?
Yeah.
Why you're not watching the East?
Mm-hmm.
It's my greatest fear. It's because my greatest fear is playing out. We've now had 5 playoff games in the East, and the series are competitive, and the games suck. They're blowouts.
Yeah.
They're 15-point games at the half, every one of them. There have been some phony, fake comebacks where a team will pull within something late, but for the most part, every game in the Eastern Conference playoffs by the middle of the fourth quarter
is Philly going to beat Toronto?
Decided. I don't think so, but I don't know
They're
for sure.
They're up 2-1. They won last night. Joel Embiid was outstanding.
The problem is, can Embiid play 7 games in the series?
Well, yeah, he's hurting.
I mean, he didn't play 7 in the previous series.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you could argue he didn't need to, but yeah, he was very good last night, 33-10. And when he plays like that, the Sixers are as good as anyone. Because now, by the way, the Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris really comes into play now. I mean, now you can argue that you have, as good a starting lineup as anyone in the league, including Golden State. Speaking of whom, did you see Steph Curry's? We minimize these injuries. Oh, he'll play. Won't be a big deal. Did you see the actual finger when the dislocation occurred the other night?
No.
It looked like a lightning bolt. His middle finger went
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and they played that game, and he practiced yesterday, and he'll play. Meanwhile, James Harden recovers from those eye injuries. I saw Golden State threw a little shade kind of like I did yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And they don't really believe there was a serious eye injury, and I'm with them on that one.
Hey, quite an honor, and deservedly so.
Thank you. What did I win?
Not for you, Jeff Prosser, but for the legendary Vince Dooley. As he will have the football. Sanford Stadium will now be Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium, which is wonderful.
Kind of a no-brainer.
And should be. And Georgia fans, in fact, now are like, okay, that's great. Where's Herschel's statue?
And you need that, too, yeah.
That should happen as well.
Absolutely.
Herschel Walker should have a statue outside.
Are there other statues at Sanford Stadium? I mean, like Sinkwich or any of the other?
I would say probably not, but I don't know.
I think there's a Vince Dooley statue, isn't there?
I don't know.
Huh.
Dooley said it was a complete surprise, and so I think that's great. Vince Dooley's always been a really nice man, was an excellent football coach, and was part of the
well, he won a national title.
Was part of the social media 14,000 days thing going on with the University of Florida right now, as they tweet that out all over the place. So anyway,
I guess there's only a granite bulldog statue is
the
only thing at Sanford Stadium, which
and
the stadium now is the statues in the stadium are kind of the it thing these days.
Anyway, Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium in 2019. They'll start that right there in September. Congratulations to Coach
I'm thinking of that Bear Bryant where he's got the hat on.
Yeah,
I think that's the. But yeah, Vince Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium is like the Steve Spurrier Field at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, right?
At Florida Field.
At Florida Field. Steve Spurrier, what now? How many are there? What is the Florida's designation? It's Florida Field or Steve Spurrier Field? It's Steve Spurrier Field. I don't think it's Florida Field anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You want to know the definition of terrible timing?
Yes.
And I would go so far as say network executive incompetence. Work with me here. You're Jeopardy. Your show is more viable and valid. It's hotter now than it's been in its 40-year history.
Right.
Unequivocally, I would say. It has never been it's funny. I told you it was on at the poker room the other day. I talked to Buffalo Tom. It was on at the bowling alley. Oh. When they did their bowling league, which just never happened. The show is hotter than ever. And lo and behold, you know what starts Monday? Teacher Week on Jeopardy.
Steve Spurrier, Florida Field at Ben Hill.
Steve Spurrier, Florida Field?
Yeah.
Thank you. We needed some clarification. But so Jeopardy's rolling along with Jimmy Jeopardy. James Holzhauer won again last night, up over $1.6 million now, or close to it.
Yeah.
But so he'll go again tonight. But a show that
television.
It's hotter than it's ever been before. We're going to pause the Jeopardy James run to bring us Teacher Week next week.
I heard that at the end of Trebek told us that last night.
That's a god-awful business decision.
Oh, yeah. Also, we're in sweeps right now, and they do matter.
They do still?
Yeah, they do matter. They set your ad rates, I think, is what they
even
do.
Still from that?
Yes. So they do absolutely 100% matter in our industry.
Well, then in sweeps, it's an especially dumb idea for Jeopardy.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, it's all taped, gang. It's not like the teachers were flying out there live. Then, obviously, you got to keep doing it. But I would just contact all the teachers, and with all due respect and love, just let them know that, Teacher Week's going to be when Jeopardy Jimmy's done with his run.
Jeopardy has always been a cash cow for whatever station airs it.
Yeah, that's true.
And
more than ever now.
Very popular show. I just wanted to look here real quick at.
It's a 6.3 rating.
It's doing here in Jacksonville. It did a 10.5 2 nights ago.
Okay,
which is a little high.
Very high.
Yeah, normally doesn't
higher than normal.
Do quite that much.
6, 5 to 8 usually.
Yeah.
I have gotten to the point though, Hick, where I watch the first 10 minutes and then I gotta say go bye. I don't need to watch the guy answer.
He nailed the daily double yesterday and took a huge lead.
The guy yesterday hung with him. Mm-hmm. He was 4,000, but they just can't. They don't have the staying power.
Well, he hit the
It's
daily double.
like watching a behemoth.
He got up to 6,800, hit the daily double, went all in, and they were joking about it. He's so good at getting lost in the. Forget how he plays. You can play that way when you're brilliant.
When you get the questions right. It's no advantage if you go 1,000, you don't know any of the answers.
And you're minus 3,000.
Correct. Yeah.
No, Dan, you're minus 7,000.
What he is doing.
Damn it!
What he is doing that's different. Forget the strategy. Is that he tries to maximize the amount he can win rather than win the game. Like everyone else that plays Jeopardy, their goal is to win the game. Jeopardy Jimmy, his goal is to maximize the amount of money he can win the game. And to do that, when you have a daily double, you got to bet it all.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Slappy over here. He ain't hanging.
Right.
I mean, so he's got 4,000. I got 8,800. 8,800.
Eventually.
He'll miss one. Someone will catch
He's going to have a smart guy.
Somebody almost beat him the other day.
Yeah, he's going to have a smart guy. And he's going to go all in on a Jeopardy when he's at to like 8,000.
Yeah.
And the other guy's going to be at 7,500. He's going to go back to 0. And then the other guy's going to be, good, and he's going to hold them off.
And he'll keep – the way he loses, too, will be when he gets to the second round of Double Jeopardy, he won't have the opportunity on either Double Jeopardies. Right. That's also how you beat him. You have –
if he misses, if he doesn't get that on the board.
You can't – right. You've got to control the board so that you get to have the Double Jeopardy and not him. So I did see, though, that Alex Trebek, it was interesting in that same interview that you were talking about his cancer condition, also said something about the show and that, he thinks that Jeopardy Jimmy is the best player that's ever been on there. But he also said – that America's concentrating on the wrong thing. It's not the money won. The record is the number of shows you win. So Ken Jennings is still the king. Even if Jeopardy Jimmy wins 50 shows and $10 million, he has more respect for Ken Jennings winning 74 shows.
Well, I'd rather win 50 shows and 10 million myself, but yeah.
But if you're showing how smart you are, how good you are at the game, then the game win streak is more impressive.
I'd like to see Jeopardy Jimmy play Ken Jennings straight up, man to man. That would be a must. That would be a made for TV event.
Well, they tried that with this. And they
I don't need any tournaments. Yeah. I just need those two.
Yeah, for
1 week.
Yeah,
they're the two
best of 5.
They're the two best in the history of the game.
Yeah, I like that.
Let those two go and see what happens.
All right, that's the
You're welcome.
10-minute drill.
Marketing genius.
Dan, tell them what number caller we are taking.
We've caller number 3 today.
Along.
Caller number 3. What are they getting?
They're getting a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Jumbo Shrimp in action down at the baseball grounds of Jacksonville and a voucher for the 18-hole simulator with TrackMan and a beer at Coastal Indoor Golf. Caller number 3 right now. 641.
Come for the beer, stay for the golf.